Hey guys, we're here at La Reserva in Tulum. It's a project on 1 hectare with 42 units. It's a beautiful mix of traditional development and sustainable solutions. They're doing it all. Water, energy, waste, and even food. The way they construct the walls, the locally sourced materials, everything is super sustainable, and we are pumped for this update.
A big focus of the project as well is the community that will develop here. Shared spaces, conscious implementation of how they're building and how the people will come together to learn about the solutions that are creating their space through a living lab, which we will be sharing more about in the weeks coming soon. Water systems, waste systems, solar systems, food, and humans. Regenerative communities at their best. Yeah, so we were here for the first time in October, and here the vision holder, Jalil, is going to tell us about how it's going.
Well, actually, it's going pretty well. We've been finishing like our first floor, where now we're going to enter with all the installation. We're already working on some of the finishes, and the second floor, all the masonry, the building is going to be done, I guess.
So La Reserva is a super exciting project because it really bridges the gap between traditional development, what people are used to in everyday life, and this regenerative movement to install full sustainable systems, water autonomy, energy autonomy, and with a partner project that Jalil is working on, food autonomy, with a beautiful permaculture installation just down the road. Work in progress, it's beautiful. Yeah, showroom.
Yeah, so basically this, I want to tell you a bit about the process, how we do things. Most of the market, when they make a showroom, is to sell.
Right.
So they start a project by making a showroom. As of now, you can see we are nearly finishing the building.
Right.
We haven't finished the showroom. We don't do our showroom to sell. We do our showroom to teach our people what is the expected result, what is our standard. And as well, we try many things. It's a lab for us. Every time we are working, how to improve things.
Right.
So most of the people, they just want to do a showroom, sell, and move on. Actually, for us, this is the most important part, because here we're going to define all the featuring, the most important featuring. And at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of misinterpretation between plans when you have a lot of team.
Right.
And here, by making it real, we really improve the quality of our building, because everyone just come have a look. Right. And you're going to produce everything there. So for us, it's very important. That's why it's an ongoing work, and this is one of the most important work to be done here. Every time the AC system, we do not put it in the bedroom or in the living room. We put it here.
Okay.
For the maintenance.
Yeah.
And here you have the door and you have walls. So when you're in your bedroom or living room, you do not hear anything.
Right, nice. Okay, so these will be the mini chillers.
Yeah. This is basically the equipment, and the chiller is on the top floor on the building.
Cool.
This is the bedroom. Actually, as you can see, we're still working on it. Mm-hmm. All the closets, you can have a view of the closet. This is a carpentry measure, floor to ceiling.
It smells nice, the wood. All right, we are here in the central part of the community space, and this will be a big natural park centered by a pool. Tell us about it.
Yeah, basically we designed a 21-meter pool. I don't know how much it represents in feet, and at some point you can dive because it's going to be like 2.5 up to 2.8 meters.
Okay,
so the idea for us is that it's become a destination center.
Yeah.
We are not designing walls. It's not an Airbnb that you come, you have a code, and the idea is how we're going to build community.
Yes.
Privacy as a standard that you want, but community when you want it. So basically a few points of interest. A pool, we're going to have a restaurant there that's going to serve all the guests around the pool, and as well, it's going to have room service in the apartment.
Beautiful.
So you're in your apartment, you can just book some food. Here we're going to have a fire pit.
Nice, yeah.
And a place behind to do some yoga. We're going to design as well a place. All these elements, we believe, this is how we create community.
Definitely.
It's not only creating just some walls for Airbnb purpose.
Right.
Our job is to make people interfere here, have some interaction.
Definitely.
Be humans here. So
Definitely, the shared spaces are the key parts of the human experience, and that's what makes a community.
Actually, we started how we're going to bring people together in a place, and then around it, how they're going to live. It's not a the units that define that. It's literally how people should relate. What are the moments that they're going to share?
Yeah, and this is why we're here. The regenerative community movement is about the humans, how they share, how they live with each other, and how they interact with nature through the use of the sustainable systems that we'll also be checking out here at La Reserva.
Let's go have a look.
Let's check them out.
Here we see Havel blocks, another great sustainable solution for construction. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, basically, as you can see on this side, we have a traditional block. And this one is a German technology that is getting produced in the north of the country, in Monterrey. This one, different featuring. Basically, as it's much more dense, the ability for the sun to heat is much less. So basically what we did with our team from ex-Regen villages, around the Gruyter, we did a modelization of the whole building with the sun pass, where the sun is going to hit hard, at which time of the day. And there we're going to put every time this kind of German block. The idea for us is every time how you're going to use less energy. So electricity bill, as well the dependency on your AC system.
Right.
As we've been understanding as well the winds.
Right.
How to use, it's a passive design basically. We're going to try to use the wind so to keep your apartment breathing naturally, so you don't have moist and it's going to last in the long run.
Right.
We as well use this kind of block so that the heat is not going through.
Yeah.
All in the north of the country are very warm. They all use that. It's very standard, but I believe in the area not many people use it.
Not many. Yeah, we've never really seen this. And so this is big to do with passive thermal design. These blocks are almost aerated concrete.
Correct.
And this, just like the double pane windows, prevents heat transfer. Awesome.
So naturally, there is not a shock between what's inside and what's outside in terms of temperature, so that you need to use your AC a lot.
Right.
This one kind of block it, so you don't need to use the AC.
Yeah.
Our job at the end of the day, with the solar panels that we're going to bring on top of the building, is trying to use this dependency on electricity as close to zero.
Nice.
We're trying to be net zero development, but as we are bringing some gas, because we believe it's more robust to have gas for heating and as well for cooking.
Okay.
It's much more appreciable to have gas for cooking. We could not qualify for net zero, but basically we are using this kind of a good practice of net zero development.
Beautiful.
And as well, I would like to talk to you.
Yeah, please.
Water, an important topic in Tulum.
Water.
We all depend on that, yet we do not take care of it enough. We believe it is not viable in the long run, if you want to have some water, to just go to the supermarket, OXXO or Chedraui or next door, especially if you are trying to bring a big community. So in the way we design how we're going to have water, we are using an osmosis inverse facility. All the big hotels in the area, they all rely on this in order not to go to the OXXO to buy millions of little bottles of water, which is not sustainable because you have plastic and it doesn't make sense in the end. We're going to bring a solution of osmosis inverse, and we're going to go grab much further down the water that we're going to treat with a grado alimenticio. It's like we're going to bring some tank that basically it's like if we could sell some water as OXXO ourselves.
Right.
You know, when you have like some hurricane here in Tulum, we've been seeing the Conagua, they just shut down the water. CFE closed down the electricity because they don't want their infrastructure to be hit. So everyone runs to OXXO to buy some water, and when there is none, you need to call some truck coming from Cancun. They usually take 2 to 4 days to bring you some water. What we're going to bring here, we're going to have a tank of 4 days of full capacity for everyone, drinkable water.
Wow.
Beautiful.
We're going to have basically drinkable water from the tap for everyone, from all the tabs in your apartment. You can have a shower and drink water.
Yeah.
I'm from Paris. I lived in London, in Geneva. All my life I drink water from the tap. It's just normal for us. It's not a luxury, it's a standard.
Yeah.
And we're trying to move things a bit here to show that another standard is possible by offering it. It's just a matter of investment and thinking forward.
Beautiful.
And usually people, they just work on the first level of a building. We're like, how about we go beyond that? So we're going to have drinkable water from the tap everywhere. And as well, below here, we're going to have a facility for black water.
Okay,
we
great
cannot
treatment,
just put a tank, send the black water, and bring a truck that's going to come once in a while to fix it. That is,
What's your solution for black water?
We have some facility with bacteria. It's like
Beautiful.
We are using bacteria.
Yeah.
And the bacteria, they're going to make their time. We are using nature. We are using nature here all the time. Nature is the best architect.
Biomimicry.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let's look at it, let's observe it, and let's try to make the best of it. So we are using some bacteria, different, I think it's called MBBR, the process. So you have 8 different steps that at some point, you're just going to fill it back for irrigation.
For irrigation,
Yeah,
right. Creating
exactly.
this into nitrogen-rich
It has to
water
be
that will be
circular,
used for the
definitely.
food. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, so in
Carbon,
this quick
right.
conversation, we discussed all of the principles and pillars of a regenerative community. Housing, water, energy, waste, food. And this is one of the things that we love the most about La Reserva, that it is, again, bridging this gap between development that feels like everything humans are used to today, sealed spaces, comfortable, temperature regulated, but also being net impact zero. And this is amazing how you guys are doing it,
we're
Jalil.
trying to be Basically, I wanted to tell you more that we pay an extra care to every detail. We are literally working with craftsmen, so it's not like an industrial way of building.
Right.
So for instance, exterior spaces, even for that, we take our time. So we do some trials. How wide we should have it, how tight it should be. So we try. There's nothing more than doing things, looking at it, visualize it, than just a plan.
Right.
Because most of the people, they work on a plan. This is a quote, I'm going to do it. We're like, no, do it.
Yeah.
We look, we correct, we agree, and then we go for it. So everything takes much more time, but at the end, the end result is
Right.
controlled.
Right.
There's no bad surprise. We know what we want. We know what we're going to have. And actually, it's even the beautiful part of it, this discovery of all the featuring, of all the options.
Right.
And we have an infinity of options. And at the end, we're like, how is going to fit best the project? Every time we have in mind what's going to fit best the project.
Right.
So